Welcome to another BANGover podcast. I'm your host, Scott Allen, and with us as always, Chris Myers.
What it do?
Producer. And today we're doing another reactionary video. Reactionary?
Reactionary. We're calling them reacts.
Reacts.
We're listening to it the first time, and we're giving our initial response to reaction.
Yeah, the first feelings that we had.
Yeah.
And today, we're recording a lot today, but we're going to start off with Static X's new single, which, wow. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
For anyone that doesn't know, the lead singer, Wayne Static, passed away, I believe...
2014.
It's been that long. Jeez, man. I remember hearing about it, and I was like, oh, man, I'll just go catch, like... Because it was Wayne Static just came through to play, like, I think all of Constant Death Trip. And I was like, I couldn't make that show. I'll see it next time. He died, like, I gotta stop saying stuff like that. But anyways, this is very interesting. I love Static X. You know how much I like Static X.
Static X.
Dancing like a robot.
One of those bands, I think, just like in that time period of like when industrial
and new metal.
It was like it was like peaking. Like I remember those albums, those songs, the album covers were pretty like iconic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just like that, his vocals and the way those songs, the intensity of Static X was like something different.
How he sing and plays.
Yeah.
Wayne. It was amazing watching him do it too. It was
hair,
flawless.
There was like a whole image to like the whole band, so it was really cool.
Yeah,
at that time.
It was very, even in their sound, like, is very robotic. Like, the name Static X is just perfect for what they sound like. And this is a band that dabbled in between being new metal and being a part of that industrial wave as well, like your Nine Inch Nails, your Ministry, and stuff like that. But also still fitting in the veins of, okay, well, that doesn't come through. Fitting in the veins of like, did you know they started the Family Values Tour with Korn? It was Wayne Static and Jonathan Davis that came together, both, not maybe just the people, but the bands themselves came together to create the Family Values Tour. And then other bands gathered on the list. But it was always Static X and Korn's tour that they created together. It wasn't just Korn's tour. Static X was a big part of like being a part of this tour. So it's very interesting, like, to have the sound, but still being able to dabble in with, how you say, rap rock in some ways, Have you ever heard of a band called The Executioners? Which, yeah, they're DJs, not really a band. But they did a whole project where they had like multiple people come in, and Wayne Static did guitar. They had the guy that does the rapping on Linkin Park. He does all the rap parts.
Yeah.
One day, I don't know why. That guy, he did all the vocals, and then DJ Lethal was there too, fucking spinning it down with the Executioners. It is pretty cool. I loved it. There was a music video back in 2002. I'll definitely have to send it to you. But it's great. Executioners, Wayne Static. It was like a pretty cool super group.
Nice.
But let's get into this new song. Yeah. What is it called?
So it's going to be a part of a whole new album that's going to be coming out.
Project Regeneration?
Project Regeneration Volume 1. So there's going to be a Volume 2 with a to be determined date. But this Volume 1 is supposed to come out this year. And it's actually got, let's see how many songs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 new songs, and then 2 old songs re-recorded with the new vocalist Zero, who has been filling in with them live. And
wears a mask,
yeah,
has the Wayne Static hair attached to this. It's the best way. It's better than having a hologram.
Yeah. And it's going to be also have Al Jorgensen from Ministry.
Makes sense.
On some of the vocals. So that's cool.
Makes perfect sense.
The actually first song that we're going to get into is the single that they released, and it is called Hollow Project Regeneration. So it's about 2 minutes, 42 seconds long. So it's very quick. We're going to get into that and come back with our thoughts.
All right, let's do this. Whoa, that fucking ending, dude.
Whoa.
I
That
was
chorus was catchy.
yeah,
It's simple, but it's like it's
dude,
Static X.
That's what Static X does.
You want it? Yeah, I need
You know
it.
why so many people even know Static X? It's literally because of that movie Queen of the Damned. You know what I mean? That song Cold. Everyone knows that song.
Rage in the Matrix. A lot of
Just like that. It's just like, and it was, you know, R.I.P. fucking Aaliyah that passed away, making that so iconic between metalheads and people that are into hip hop. Like that's when it started to cross, baby. People were like getting into Marilyn Manson that loved Eminem. Like this was all kind of like happening at this time where like these crossovers. I said the Executioners.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And rap rock's already a thing, so it's like you can kind of see where this is going. And dude, that fucking talk about like fucking soundtracks that changed like everything. Originally, Korn did all the songs in the movie for the make 'em up bands. You know what I mean? I forget what the band's called in there. And then on the soundtrack, all those songs were sung by different lead singers of different bands. So you had Dave from like what do you call it? Help me out here. Throw out one of those 2001 metalcore bands. Disturbed. You had the guy from Disturbed. You had Wayne Static coming to do one. Marilyn Manson did one. The guy from Linkin Park did one. And they were just covering the songs that were in the movie on there. So it sounds very different. So listening to the movie versions of like Jonathan Davis singing it and then hearing it like with these group of like, you know, great musicians that always work together here and there, very incestuous in this time frame. Like I said, you can find Static X like, you know, having a beer with Pantera at this time as well. You know, it's like we're in the rock and roll world and we still have MTV. When all this stuff was coming out, we still had like music television that kind of like
Static X was
networked
prominent
us.
on there.
Yeah.
I remember seeing them.
Now we have YouTube,
But
dude, that song was nuts.
that was a great song, and it actually just makes me miss Wayne a little more. I can't. It makes me miss that. Like, there's not. I mean, never really got to see him live, so regret that. But they played like Dirty Dog, I think.
That's what I was talking about. That's what I
Back-
missed. It was
yeah.
just him though. It wasn't the whole band.
That's true, but still, I mean,
still.
he's still gonna play.
Dude, it doesn't matter. It
Yeah.
was always him.
Yeah.
I almost did it.
Yeah, like it's his vocals and those like heavy riffs and chunky. Like it would have just been cool.
I love his vocal style.
yeah.
You being a songwriter, listening to someone like Wayne Static write songs, does it kind of like give you like a little bit of inspiration or like a little bit of like, I didn't think it could be so easy.
Well, yeah,
you know
it
what
doesn't need to be
difficult.
A lot of that, like it was probably.
I mean, this could just been a filler song on the album, maybe not even a single, because this was originally we didn't state before. It was supposed to be for War. What's it called? Start a War in 2005, but it didn't make the cut. And that wasn't my favorite album because I would rather go with Cannibal right after that.
But
Yeah, Cannibal was a lot better.
no, yeah, it definitely is. I not a B song, but it's like one of those like it probably came like. Probably came in the middle of the album to keep it going.
Yeah,
and because it's definitely
would have been one of my favorites.
It's got its charm. It has its charm,
dude.
You know what I mean, they all do. So it's
motherfucker knows how to write a hook, dude. He just hooks it right in every
those choruses,
time.
I mean, there's that. It's pretty simple songwriting if you look at how it's structured. There was that little bit of an intro came in. It's kind of that verse, chorus, verse, and then it goes to that little bit of a break. That was very short, and then it goes right back to the chorus, and then the song's over.
But
so it's like
very simple. But what makes it so good is like them just having a good imagination and being clever and having a little bit of fun with those guitar riffs and how they sound, and they're so precise. It's like dun 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 dun. Dun. Like,
well, there's also all that
just
background noise, that kind of like weird.
Yeah.
So it's filling everything in too. Because if that wasn't there, it'd be a whole different band.
Is that the bass player doing that? I always heard these like ding, like just these metal kind of like plucking.
Well, I don't know about that, but there's like that weird, just like it's like a ambient noise in the background. It's like not like there's a DJ on stage or something.
Damn, I need to listen to it again.
Yeah, I mean, Static X always kind of had that industrial element of like something like there's a backing track that's playing along,
like a synthesizer.
Yeah,
it makes sense
because everything is so on time and like perfect. So I could see them doing that.
You break down a song, dude, and someone that doesn't like just your everyday person. If I showed you how this song was broken down, you'd be like, "What? There's not just guitar, bass, drums, and vocals. There's like all
Weird
these little
sounds and
things
stuff going on,
It could be little like guitar parts that are just added here and there, vocal lines that are hidden underneath. I've even seen or heard things like people humming the main riff during a song, and that was in the recording, and it kind of just gave it this little bit of harmony. Whatever you want to do, man. It's just like this is how you make great albums: is having a great imagination and a good ear, and fucking.
I'm looking forward
having
to
Wayne Static.
Yeah,
you need Wayne Static. Fuck.
You need that it's that personal touch.
Yeah,
it's him. You know what I mean?
It's him.
I'm looking forward to hearing.
I'm looking forard to seeing them in concert as well when they come through.
I would like to see that too. It's got Zero.
You've been watching live videos?
I've seen live stuff.
Sounds great, dude.
Sounds great. It's the original band.
Minus
that bass player we've seen before.
That and Trip.
Tony Campos.
Tony Campos is the awesomest person.
That's what I'm saying.
Dude.
So it's like, how many times have we seen him? Because he's filming with everybody.
The nicest guy, dude.
Soulfly.
Just
fucking
shake my
everybody's
hand,
playing.
smiling. He's smiling on stage.
He played with Soulfly, right? I think that was...
No. You know what it was? It was,
was
we talked about this on a prior episode, that he was playing for Prong, and Prong was opening up for Soulfly. And that night when we saw Soulfly, their bass player was drunk, and you could tell because Max was getting pissed, and even went over there and like shoved him when he was playing the wrong riff, or like was just giving him mean looks. 2 months later on that tour, bass player gets fired. Campos is playing for both bands.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah, I shook his hand at the show.
Still. Dude's cool. I can't wait to hear the rest of this. I'm sure you're excited as well. It's gonna be.
I fucking love Static X, dude.
I can't wait. That one album.
When I put it on and I start listening to it, I can't. Like, I go a week with just listening to different albums.
Now I'm about to start listening to Static.
It's like the double bass parts too. Like, if you listen to some other albums, they're so kind of like everything seems like it was programmed by a computer. And then when you see it live, that's what changes everything, because it's like, no, these are real people, and keep that in mind. And it's just so cool. I just want to do double bass. I just want to fucking do double bass with these guys, dude. Fucking monster songwriters. This guy can't do no wrong. And I'm really saddened I didn't get to go see them, with Wayne Static. He was definitely one of like when I was growing up dreaming about playing in a band, having my Rogers drum set, I was watching people like Wayne Static just, up there on stage crushing it, dude. And just making it look like it sounds and looks, I don't want to take away anything from it, but like, that I was like, I could do this. You know what I mean? I mean, I get the concept of what these riffs are. Like, I can do this.
Well, again,
I can play these songs, but it's about creating these songs.
It's not like Static X isn't all about the songs. It's the image. Every album had a different look. The band's logo changed. His look changed. Like Cannibal, like they all were concept.
I didn't even think of that, dude.
Static X is more than the music. And even looking at the single, like the album art, it's Wayne Static as a skeleton. It's the hair, his skeleton, and then it's got the new Static X logo that's like looking different. So it's like,
dude, I can't wait to do an episode on just one of these older albums, or just the
or
one
the
coming
new
out,
one.
or the new one coming out.
We're gonna touch on it. So.
I want to know so much more. It's one of those bands I don't think I know too. When I'm sitting here talking into this microphone, I'm like, dude, I realize I don't know dick about fucking. I know the one of the guitar players got fired because he was a patter ass. Yeah, I caught him with a little girl. He was the guy that swung around the guitar in that music video Cold. He used to throw it and catch it. He would always do that in live shows too. He would have two sometimes, just flipping them around. Yeah, that guy was a pedo. But so I can like dive in. That's what I'm getting at. So I want to get one of these albums. I want to dive in.
More into it,
I want to know what these lyrics are about too.
Sure.
Is it a bunch of nonsense, or is he?
Bullshit.
Is it a fucking concept album every time? It feels like a concept album every time. So this is gonna be really fun to learn more. And yes. Thank you all for listening. Please follow us on all the social media websites. BANGover Productions on Instagram. Facebook, you can find us at BANGover ATX because we're in Austin. And then for our YouTube page, I believe it's just BANGover Productions as well. Yeah. Thanks, y'all.